In this video, we'll be talking about the fact that Justin Blau, the DJ producer, has literally just inscribed his song on the Bitcoin blockchain. Hey everyone, this is Barry from Music Tech Info. Hope you're doing well. So I started this channel 4 years ago and I feature a lot of NFT stuff, and I moved on to AI music, but I do still revisit a lot of NFT stuff. The NFT market is actually starting to really pick up now, which is really good to see, particularly with the likes of Ethereum. And there's just been an announcement that DJ Blau, now Blau's quite heavy in the Web3 space, he's actually inscribed or minted his song on the Bitcoin blockchain in its entirety. Now that is huge because things like the network fees or gas costs would have been a lot of money. However, he's obviously seen a lot of value in doing this. Now, I've previously featured Violetta Zeroni in terms of her song because she had a lot of success. She actually managed to sell her song on Bitcoin for 1 Bitcoin. She sold it for on an auction, and that was really cool. It's almost like minting a one of one, which is pretty much what it is, which is obviously the rarest form of editions that you can get. So this article, and I will come on to the song in a little bit. This article basically says that he's tokenized his new song "Will You" as an NFT. So that's what the song's actually called. Goes on to say a bit of background in terms of the NFT tech continues to play a significant role in reshaping the music industry. The NFTs still offer musicians a novel way to store and sell their music products directly. It's direct to fan model, which is brilliant, and that's why I'm still very passionate about Web3 music NFTs. It says that Blau tokenized his new song on Bitcoin. That was on August the 13th. And Ord.io is basically like a browser of the Bitcoin network, so that you can see the blockchain, you can see the blocks, you can actually play music files from Ord.io, which I'll show you in a moment. Ord.io confirmed that DJ Justin Blau has inscribed his new song "Will You" as an NFT collection on the Bitcoin blockchain network, and they're known as ordinals, Bitcoin NFTs. That's kind of the proper terminology for them. It goes on to say that the Ord.io is an explorer and marketplace for these digital assets, allowing NFT users to search, browse, and interact with inscriptions on the Bitcoin blockchain network. Now, the difference with inscribing on minting on Ethereum or Solana, the difference with Bitcoin is that it's forever minted, as long as that network continues, which it should do. So huge news, because he is a very reputable music producer. He's had a lot of success as a recording artist, as a DJ, and as a producer. He basically incorporates electro house, dubstep, deep house, progressive house. Some of the tracks that he's done before, like Runaway, Touch, Better With You, Everything, Bright Lights, Easy. Now, interestingly, from a technical point of view, the song that he inscribed was 3.919 megabytes, and he had to use an entire block to actually do that. So the Bitcoin is split into different blocks, and he wanted a whole block to put his song onto. Now they talk about Satoshis, which are known as sats, which is a subunit of Bitcoin. So 1 Satoshi is equal to that amount of Bitcoin, and it's just kind of, that's how it's made in terms of the Bitcoin network. So they'll all be inscribed, these Satoshis, in order to create this full block. Now, he does go on to say that Blau is not new to NFT market. In fact, Blau has been one of the veterans who joined the NFT space back in 2020 when I started this channel, maybe just a little bit later. And yeah, he sold over $11 million worth of NFTs, including one single NFT sale of $3.6 million. He's also a co-founder of Royal.io, a Web3 startup that allows fans to invest in artists' music through tokenized royalties. So he's had a lot of success in the NFT space. Now, if I come on to the Twitter feed, it actually goes on to a bit more information in terms of the actual block that's been inscribed for the song. If you go to Ord.io yourself, I've featured this on before on various videos, where you can actually browse animation, you can browse music, you can browse whatever you like. And this is the actual one that's been inscribed. So it's 3 minutes 07. I'm not going to play it because I could get copyright strike for it, but you can see people are allowed to comment, which is really cool, actually, on this website. And you can see justinblau.btc. So yeah, so that is the inscription ID number there, if you like, just here. That's like your unique identifier to the media that you've inscribed. Now, I did a bit of digging because I was like, well, how much has this cost Blau? Okay, so 3.919 megabytes. Perplexity AI roughly says that it's about just over $1 for a typical transaction, which would basically mean that he's paid over $4,000 to actually inscribe that track onto the Bitcoin blockchain, onto the network. So that pretty much speaks volumes, because that says that, okay, he's obviously convinced that this is an investment and this is well worth doing. This song is not going to go away from the Bitcoin network now. It has been inscribed, it is there forever. And that brings a lot of value to things, particularly if it is a one of one. Um, and typically that is how things seem to work well on this Bitcoin blockchain. It's not having duplicates, you just have one of that. So yeah, so that's huge. Now, I saw the benefit of actually inscribing at the beginning of the year, which is what I did to my song. Now, I couldn't afford that amount of money to inscribe $4,000, but what I did do is I paid quite a few $100, let's say, to actually mint my entire track, which was 2 minutes 11 seconds. And yeah, I'll put a link in the browser if you want to hear it, but it's electronic dance music. Where you can breathe. And it is compressed, because that was the only way that I could really afford to do it. But at least you got its full song in its entirety. And yeah, it's there forever. And I saw value in doing this. And, you know, it's an option for musicians to consider. Because once it's on there, then you could use a third-party marketplace to actually put it on as an auction, or you could do it as a buy it now. My song, I don't believe, is currently for sale. I don't believe it is. But that's not to say that I couldn't be approached, because I've made it obvious that I'm known as Cyber Monday, a synth pop artist. And it's just a way that, yeah, people can check out my music. And I saw the value in inscribing a song onto the Bitcoin network. And as I say, I did it 215 days ago. And I had a lot of response from the community, because there is a really good community on X saying, you know, well done, this is amazing, love the song. And it certainly brings quite a bit of prestige, I'd say, to actually being able to do this. But yeah, it is expensive, and minting fees do vary. But you know, I think it's brilliant that Blau's done this. It makes complete sense for me, particularly for him, because he's quite a famous artist. For me, I'm a lot more low key. Still trying to get my name out there, but you know, it is another option for independent or signed musicians to consider. And for example, you may want to check out that video of Violetta Zeroni that I've done on this channel, because it does go into a bit more depth into why she did that. And yeah, she made a lot of success from doing that. Yep, she sold it for 1 Bitcoin, which was huge, absolutely huge. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.